Shalom and welcome to Israelite Talk TV, where we deal with all the current events surrounding the Israelites here in this nation and also in various different places around the globe where the Most High has scattered his people. As always, I will ask for you guys to like the video, share the video with other Israelites out there that you know, and also subscribe to the channel so that we can continue to keep building up a social media platform so that we have a voice and we can begin to start to get things done for Israelites, man, scattered abroad throughout this nation. First and foremost, you have a lot of people out here that got platforms and they use it for selfish gain. They're not really using these platforms to get nothing done for the people of the Most High. So it's important that you support the real so that you can have people in position that's going to have your best interests at heart. The other thing is, as I always say, if you have any topics that I may have missed and have not spoke on, leave a comment in the comment section on that. I will investigate it and then I'll do a video on it. If you have topics you want me to talk about, leave a comment in the comment section or send me an email. The email is going to be right down in the description box. Now, today I'm going to be continuing along with this series that I just started on the war on rap. Okay. And in today's news, I'm going to be dealing with a guy known as Duke the Jeweler. Now, this is a guy, and let me say this first and foremost before I get started. Everything that I say on this channel is for entertainment purposes. It's a theory. It's not actual factual. It's just my opinion is on, and it's just for entertainment purposes. Okay, just got to put that disclaimer in there. Okay. But so this guy was allegedly killed over the weekend down in Houston, Texas, after a concert where they allege he was at. I don't know for sure who house it was, if it was Boosie house or somebody else's house, but you had other known rappers, major known rappers that was at this spot, and they were basically shooting dice or whatever they alleged. And then after this guy left to basically lead a function, there was an attempt robbery and he was murdered. Okay, so now I come from the street department, so you know I'm qualified to speak on these different things, and I just want to speak my opinion. Once again, this is not fact. This is just all theory, all opinion. Okay, just got to throw that disclaimer in there. So now my thoughts on the situation is this. You have a situation where you have a guy that's a well-known jeweler from out of Chicago, moved out of Chicago to go to Houston, and then, in my opinion, he got lined up at this event. Now, why do I say he got lined up at this event? I say this because, number one, this is what people have to understand. Whenever you in a position of power, a boss, however people, over a gang or whatever it is, whenever you a person like that, you have to understand when people are at certain spots. Okay, just like, say for an example, I have a neighborhood that I'm from. I have people that I deal with. At one time, I had people that was under me. So if we had a function, like say for an example, like shooting dice, these are very intense environments. You know, a lot of stuff happen at crap games. And if you're from the streets, at some point you didn't engage or been there or whatever the case may be. But we know that these are very intense spots. You know, when people just don't hang out in these spots just to hang out. So what I'm saying is, they allege that Boosie was there, and of course we see the pictures, and Jay Prince was there, Jr. So this is a lot of power in one spot. So there's nothing that's moving or happening in that particular area that they don't know what's going on. That's number one. Okay. Now, I think it was silly for Boosie to make this video, because basically what it does is it's a confession of guilt. In my opinion, this is a alleged theory. This is not this is my theory. Okay. My street theory. Because first and foremost, he acknowledged that he don't know this dude. This was the first time him meeting him. That's a red flag, because what this tells us is that this rapper has no loyalty to this guy. He don't even know him. This is the first time he met him at this particular crap game. So I don't know who brought him or whatever the case may be. He didn't know him. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to understand, when you in spots like this and you got all that jury on, you know, you become fooled. And one of the things, if y'all go back and listen to that interview that he said, It just, you can look at his expression and hear what he's saying, but he goes on to state, like, and I'm paraphrasing. You can go quote him word for word, but I'm just paraphrasing. He states that, well, you know, I guess they try to rob him, and I guess he didn't come up off of it. And see, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, this is a mission of guilt. You know, somebody gave somebody a sign when that boy left and basically said, get him. And what happened is he didn't come off the jury, so he got laid down, okay? Now, this is all my opinion. This is all theory. Could not be what happened. Could be what happened. Who knows, okay? But see, the problem with Duke the Jeweler is that you never be in spots, and he has to know this, that you never be in spots like this where you got stuff like this going on. And number one, you have no protection. You have none of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And one of the things that I want people to understand, because perception is everything. Just because you see rappers with chains and all of this stuff on, don't mean that these people are rich. You know, there's plenty of occasions where rappers or bosses or whatever the case may be will sit their guys on you to rob you and take your stuff, because you got to understand, if you ever been a boss, a lot of people ain't been bosses, but if you a boss, you know, when you a boss, you have people that's under you. And a lot of times these people you feed and taking care of, they not, a lot of them don't do right. You know what I'm saying? Some of them do right, but all of them don't do right. This is why they're part of the entourage, and you usually see the one rapper because he's taking care of everybody, because everybody else is just kind of, excuse my French, but just messing up and not really doing things like they supposed to be doing. So don't just think because you see rappers with these chains that everybody rich. Nah, man, these people, man, you know what I'm saying? These people got wolves around them that's messing up money, that's messed up, and they see you coming through here with all this stuff on, they gonna line you up, okay? So now, what is the whole point of why I'm speaking on this particular subject? I'm speaking on this particular subject because this is the reason why Israelites cannot come together here in this nation. You know what I'm saying? One of the things that I want to bring to y'all mind is that the white man is not the problem, okay? And he's not the solution, okay? Basically meaning that we're here because the Most High put us here. So I'm saying, now to some of y'all that are lights that know, y'all know this. Now to those of you out there that's caught up in church and all of this mild salt stuff that they got out here, these cemeteries, they don't teach you this. But our history is contained in the book. We're here, it's already written, because the Father put us here, and the Father's the only one that can get us up out of here. White man can't do nothing, okay? He's just a tenant. The Father is basically the landlord. He basically say, do this and do that, and it's got to get done. You know what I'm saying? And so I say this is because we in a time where judgment is here, and the Most High is cleaning up house. Look at all the money that you got in here. You know, people are getting robbed and killed for $20, $30, $40, $50,000 chains and stuff. Like, this money should be being invested back into the community among the people. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say something to these lame bloggers out here, a lot of these mainstream bloggers, and I want y'all to share this, get this to them. People like the DJ Academics and the, you know, all of these different people, the Vlad TVs and all of this stuff, because they pump this narrative where they want to control, they want to program you mentally to think that when you get money, you have to leave your neighborhood and go somewhere else and be among people that don't even want you around them, that really don't even accept you. You know what I'm saying? And it's a reason behind that. You know, for an example, we know that Young Dolph was killed last year. I'm going to just use him for an example. The first thing you hear bloggers saying, oh, he shouldn't have went back to Memphis. He had. Nah, that's not the problem. What you got to understand, we're wired a certain way. We know in our mind that even though people do what they got to do to get money and stuff out of these different communities, whether it's criminal activity, whatever the case may be, they know that even though they have done that and they have gone to different places, they know where their connection is at. It's in their neighborhood around their people. This is why you see people, even though they rich, they go back to their neighborhoods. And, you know, sometimes we hear about people getting killed, but that's because of the stuff that they're doing in these different communities. See what I'm saying? Just look, man, I'm going to be touching on this in a minute, because people got to understand this. This integration stuff is garbage. It's trash. You know what I'm saying? This is something designed to keep people, to keep the Israelites here in this nation in bondage. You know what I'm saying? Look at the life. Where in life do you see integration? Everything in the life is segregated. What am I saying? Apples. Let's just look at food, fruit. Are apples oranges and oranges apples? Nah. Apples grow with apples. That's their own thing. Even though you might have an apple tree and an orange tree right here, but you don't see oranges growing on an apple tree and all of this other stuff. Now, in today's time, they're able to modify and do a lot of different things. But in the wild and natural, it doesn't happen. An apple tree is an apple tree. A pear tree is a pear tree. Look at the plants. Even though they all share the same soil, you could take a garden, you could put lettuce in there, you could put whatever up in there, but everything is its own entity and it's segregated. You see what I'm saying? You don't see salad seeds making carrots and all of this other stuff. Everything is its own separate entity. Look at the life. Look at the animals. Do squirrels date dogs and do dogs hang out with? Nah, but everybody stay in their lane. And it's really the same thing in today's time. But anytime you go into a city, you know, like when you in the ghetto, oh, this is the ghetto. These are where the blacks people at. And you know, when you go into rich areas where white people at, you know, this is their area. So it's already segregated. See, but these things are used as mechanisms to keep us in bondage and deceive. And I'm ready to crack that stuff in the video that I got coming up the road. But anyway, to stay on point on what I'm saying this to say that when you look at these ghettos, I don't care, pick a ghetto in this nation. There's money flowing through these ghettos. For an example, if you look at the south side of Chicago, in the spots they say, oh, it's dangerous out here, it's this and that. How is it that these Arabs and all of these other people are able to have stores out here, the same stores we go to and get all this food and do all of this stuff, and they have no problem getting money, but then they tell you, oh, when you get money, you got to leave. They do this because they do not want you helping your community. All of this money that's flowing through the hands of these rappers can be utilized in the community helping Israelites. You know what I'm saying? If somebody gonna pay 20, 30,000 to have you killed, why ain't that 20, 30,000 being used to build up our own stores, our own Israelite, our own stuff? Why are we taking this money? Where the stores at? Where the P. Diddy grocery stores at? Where the Jay-Z, like all these people we idolize because they got, what are they doing? We gotta build up our communities, man. All of that other stuff is madness. And so I'm telling you to help you to understand that judgment is moving through this nation, okay? You either getting up under the wing or you getting ready to get swept away with all of the stuff that's going on. So there's no need to say, oh, we got to stop doing. No. This thing is already written. And to not help us to understand that the ways of the Most High are not our ways. You got to understand when you study Tanakh that it's an eye for an eye. So when you see these people doing all this killing, it's not just, it's get back. So like if you kill my people, then the law tells us that we supposed to take you and get you out the way. So when you see the get back and this person doing this and that, this is what's going on. This is the Father exacting judgment in the earth. So just like they killed that boy down there, trust and understand, you're going to hear in the news soon something about Boosie or something about Jay being in the middle with something, because this is just how it go. So we don't get caught up in all this stuff is dangerous. Listen, man, we got to build up our communities. And if you in these communities, you got to stop destroying these communities. It's like people sell drugs, kill, or whatever they doing. And then it's like when they come back, they say, oh, like Nipsey, oh, he can't, soon as black people try to not look at all of the stuff you did, you got to be judged. The Father is judging you for that. You don't get to get away from that. So what, you done sold and robbed and did all this other stuff, and now you want to put a store out here and be like, oh, well, I'm doing this and that. Nah, he getting you out the way because what you have done is unrighteous. So it's time for us to have a paradigm switch and understand that our people, I feel safer in the hood around my people, where my people at. You know what I'm saying? I'm not making money and running out here to the country to all these other people that don't want you out of there, that's going to still call the police on you out there. I got rappers out here, they gonna still tell on you. So you ain't doing nothing. You're gonna have it worse out there because they really don't want you out there, and they're gonna do everything in their power to break you down. So subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna stay on this stuff, and I'm gonna stay on it until we start getting some straightening. So I see y'all in the next one. Shalom.